Hi everyone, I just wanted to calm my amygdala down today and I thought that might be helpful. The amygdala is a little guy in the subconscious brain that is to do with our unconscious patterning or a subconscious patterning to do with fight and flight, rage and anger, escape, submission, freeze, switching off our pleasure reward centers and fear, threat, danger, amongst other things, but that's it in a nutshell. Speaking of which, the word amygdala means almond in Latin, so just sort of it's a little nuclei and it's got connections from the left to the right side of the brain, about 250 million neurons. And when it gets stuck on one side or the other, we can actually get stuck in the left hemisphere down in the amygdala, so we can only think logically, or we can get stuck in the emotional hemisphere of the brain and we can only think emotionally within that parameter of those fight and flight and freeze responses. So I had a couple of things. Well, I went for a big motorbike ride on the weekend and I was coming down over the gap here in Queensland, and it was lovely. It was a 32-degree day out on the motorbike and we were going up through the range, and I was actually cold for a couple of minutes, which was amusing. But as I came down, there were so many potholes that I had no choice at one stage, because the whole left side of the road had potholes around it. And I tried to, and I was going nowhere near the speed limit because the road was so bad. I think the speed limit was 100. I was going 85 kilometers an hour. Anyway, so I ended up going through this pothole and I felt like my butt left the seat by, I don't know, but my hubby was about half a K behind me and he saw it, and my feet lifted, I came totally off on both sides. And luckily I was able to hold on. I didn't fall off or anything, but it sort of really, I could feel that messed with my nervous system and my amygdala was just in fight and flight. So by the time we got home the next day, we took a different road, lots of potholes again, and it had rained. So I've been taught the last 5 years that you must be terrified when it rains on the motorbike. So anyway, we didn't act. I think I had one drop of rain, so it didn't actually rain. Nonetheless, by the time I got home, I was doing some gardening in the backyard, and I kept imagining. Oh, there was a reason for imagining, but I kept imagining spiders running over my hand, spiders on my back. I was sort of flicking my hair around and also, and so it was really interesting because I could feel that my amygdala was overreacting. When we have a trauma or a stress, whether or not it's a spider running up your arm or having an injury, or you're coming off the seat of a motorbike, your brain has got 1/500th of a second to respond to crisis. If it doesn't do that, then it whips into the amygdala and tries to find an old pattern. So my pattern has definitely been amygdalarized, and I can feel it's starting to calm down now. It's been a couple of days, but it's still there. I can still feel that I've just got that little bit of excess energy going on that is making me just that more heightened with stress in my nervous system. So let's see if this helps anyone. Okay, take care, everyone. Part 2 comes.